We see over 20 trillion digital interactions on a weekly basis, meaning trillions of times a day we have to make decisions in tenths of a millisecond or less as to what the intent is and whether something is good or bad.
Joining us now for a one-on-one interview here from the trading floor of the New York Stock Exchange is Stu Solomon. He is the CEO at Human. You're part of a very exciting day between the exchange and the folks over at Night Dragon. Stu, thanks for taking the time.
Thank you, really appreciate it.
Let's start with a bit of an introduction to Human for anyone a bit unfamiliar. What's the company all about?
Sure, the company at the end of the day is all about a single thing, which is identifying and mitigating fraud. Fraud in a number of different areas, but always associated with a scenario whereby if a human interacts with digital ad content anywhere in the world, there's all kinds of fraudulent activity that's associated with that, whether it's inside of a mobile application, inside a gaming environment, a connected TV, or on a website. You want to make sure that your advertising dollars are placed in such a way that the right target audience sees them and isn't subject to manipulation electronically by bots. Well, that same logic applies if you were, say, attracted by that ad, go to set up an account inside of a website and go shopping and do something. There's all kinds of automated or bot-based manipulation there as well, and we're stopping that fraud as well.
Stu, what makes New York City such a strong launch pad for cyber startups?
Well, it's the greatest city in the world, for starters. But what it really means is it means you've made it. It means that your brand is associated with innovation, forward-leaning, high finance, and most importantly, attraction of a talent base that's just unparalleled.
How are you protecting all of the biggest, the major, the splashiest industries here in New York City from the ever-revolving cyber threats that exist?
Yeah, I like that concept of ever-revolving. It really is a game of cat and mouse. The adversary is constantly innovating and they're trying to outpace the defender's ability to detect and understand what they're up to and what they're doing. This becomes very quickly a data science and an AI problem. How do you take mass sums of data at scale and speed and sum it up as quickly as you can to be able to make decisions that you have a high fidelity and a high level of confidence with? That's what we're doing all the time. And that cat and mouse game is what drives us every day to get smarter and better.
Tell me a bit more about that process for you and the team at Human. How do you always make sure that you are, in fact, staying ahead of that ever-evolving curve, knowing full well that the cyber threat actors out there, oftentimes, they're leveraging a lot of the same tools and technology that you have at your disposal just for maybe a bit more of a nefarious goal?
Well, going even a step further than that, they're very aware of what defenders are doing and how they're trying to do it. So the innovation that they apply is how to get around and circumvent controls and detection capabilities that they expect to see. So step one is to defeat them by finding that needle in the haystack, and that's a constant game of processing data. To give you some perspective, we see over 20 trillion digital interactions on a weekly basis, meaning trillions of times a day we have to make decisions in tenths of a millisecond or less as to what the intent is and whether something is good or bad. So it's absolutely a speed and scale conversation, which sounds crazy sitting on the exchange floor. Speed and scale matters in making money. Speed and scale matters when stopping the adversary.
As does security as well. That's a crucial component of the work that designated market makers do here as well, and I'm sure that's comparable for your lane as well. Talk to me about what you see as being next for Human's growth strategy and ultimate story.
That's great. And playing off of that notion of security, even before you get to security, you have to get to this concept of trust. You have to trust and understand that the connection is valid, that a digital impression is appropriate, that conclusions that are made are expected and in line with what you want to have happen. That concept of digital trust is what we do today and is absolutely what's next. When you look forward into this world of agentic AI, this idea of an agent or a robot acting with some level of autonomy and authority to create an outcome, potentially shopping and transacting on your behalf, you have to understand that the connection with that agent is good in the first place, that it's good over a period of time, and that the outcome that it creates is what you wanted and intended. That digital trust layer, end to end in a transactional process, actually starts with the first time that that agent interacts with you in an advertising environment and ends with when you go shopping and check out. What's next for Human is what is today, which is building that layer of digital trust alongside the entire agentic behavior.
Finally, what advice would you give to other New York City-based cyber founders?
Go for it. I can't think of anything more important than sitting down and taking your dreams finding the way to structure financial outcomes around them and just executing. At the end of the day, New York is representative of the entrepreneurial spirit of all Americans, and let's enjoy that and embrace it. That's what I would recommend.
Stu Solomon, CEO of Human, congratulations on all of the success. Thanks a lot for taking the time out of a busy schedule to join us here on the trading floor.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.